The Galactic Federation had classified Earth as a death world centuries ago. Its high gravity, extreme temperature variations, and aggressive fauna had produced a species that could endure what most sentient beings in the galaxy considered impossible. But the Federation had never truly understood what that meant until today. Commander Vex of the Talari Empire surveyed the battlefield from the relative safety of his command vessel. His troops, clad in the finest battle armor the Empire could produce, were locked in combat with a small squad of humans. The scene below should have been a massacre in the Talari's favor. They outnumbered the humans 20-1, yet his forces were the ones being decimated. Impossible, Vex whispered, mandibles clicking nervously. Their armor cannot be that advanced. Lieutenant Drawl, his second-in-command, stood rigid beside him. Sir, our scans indicate their protective gear is primitive. They call it standard-issue combat armor. The human squad moved with shocking speed across the rocky terrain of Outpost Krell. What the Talari had expected to be an easy conquest had turned into a nightmare. 3 humans had already breached the outer perimeter, their dark armor barely showing damage despite direct hits from Talari plasma weapons. Magnify Sector 4, Vex ordered, his voice steady despite the growing dread in his thorax. The view screen zoomed in on a human soldier. The armor looked deceptively simple, matte black plates over a flexible undersuit. No energy shields were visible, no gravitational stabilizers or neural interfaces that the Talari considered essential for modern combat. Yet when a Talari soldier fired a direct hit at the human's chest, the armor merely darkened slightly before the human returned fire with deadly accuracy. Our intelligence indicated humans were physically weak compared to our warriors, Drawl said, confusion evident in his voice. Intelligence was wrong, Vex replied grimly. On the battlefield, a squad of Talari soldiers had cornered one of the humans. 6 elite warriors against a single enemy should have been overkill. The human's back was against a cliff face, nowhere to retreat. Vex felt a moment of satisfaction. Finally, they would capture one of these creatures and discover the secret of their seemingly invincible armor. The human looked at the approaching Talari troops. Then, to Vex's astonishment, the soldier charged directly toward them. Plasma fire erupted from the Talari weapons, enough firepower to melt through the hull of a small spacecraft. The human staggered for a moment, then continued forward. 3 rapid shots from the human's weapon dropped 3 Talari warriors instantly. The remaining 3 backed away, their courage failing. They retreat? Vex hissed in disbelief. Elite Talari warriors do not retreat. On the screen, the human was now inspecting a small dent in the armor's shoulder plate, seemingly unconcerned by the surrounding battle. Open communication with the human command, Vex ordered abruptly. Moments later, a human face appeared on the screen. The commander looked young by human standards, with short cropped hair and eyes that betrayed no fear. This is Commander Tom of Earth Special Forces. Are you calling to surrender? Vex suppressed a hiss of indignation. We seek information. Your armor defies our understanding. Our weapons should penetrate it easily, yet they barely leave a mark. The human's face showed brief confusion, then understanding, followed by something Vex couldn't interpret. Was it amusement? This? Tom gestured to his chest plate. This is basic combat armor, standard issue for all Earth forces. Impossible, Vex replied. No basic armor could withstand Talari plasma weapons. When you evolve on a planet with 1.5 times standard galactic gravity, where temperatures range from freezing to scorching within a single-day cycle, where even the smallest creatures can kill with venom or claw, you learn to build things that last, Tom explained. This is just carbon composite over a reactive gel layer, nothing special by our standards. Vex felt a chill run through his exoskeleton. The human wasn't boasting. He genuinely considered their incredibly resilient armor to be unremarkable. And your weapons. Kinetic projectile rifles. Chemical propellant. Technology we've used for centuries. Ancient technology by galactic standards, yet devastating against the Talari's advanced armor, which was designed to disperse energy weapons, not withstand physical impacts. I offer terms, Vex said, making a quick decision. Withdraw your forces. We will abandon this outpost. Tom nodded. Agreed, you have 1 hour. The communication ended. Vex turned to his lieutenant, who was staring at him in shock. Sir, we cannot retreat. The High comment. Will understand when they see the battle footage, Vex interrupted. If humans consider that armor basic, imagine what their advanced technology must be capable of. Imagine their warships, their heavy weapons. Outside the viewport, Vex watched as the human soldiers regrouped, movements efficient and coordinated. One human was helping another apply some kind of sealant to a damaged section of armor, field repairs done in minutes for equipment that by rights should have been destroyed. We classified Earth as a death world, Vex said quietly, but we never truly understood what that meant. They don't just survive there, they thrive, and they've built their technology to do the same. As the Talari forces began their withdrawal, Vex made a mental note to recommend a full reassessment of human capabilities to the High Command. The galaxy had underestimated these death world dwellers for too long. What humans considered basic, the rest of the galaxy would call miraculous. And that realization was enough to make even the bravest alien warriors freeze in fear.